connection. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know, this was really such a great time for Elvis because, as you mentioned earlier, he had just done the 68 comeback special.
Right.
The previous year. And in the same year as this, he was in American Sound Studios making great music. And you just heard two different songs so far from those sessions, Inherit the Wind and, of course, Rubberneck. And then the big one is coming up in just a minute.
Oh, wow.
That was recorded during those sessions. And this is a brand new song for Elvis. And
I know what it is.
You know what it is. But before we get to that, you got a little more info and a little more insight you'd like to share with us.
Right. So again, a lot of this information came from elvisfandom.com, but we want to keep in mind that 13 years prior to this, in the 50s, Elvis had performed in Vegas and had basically flopped.
Oh, yeah.
He was young. You know, they weren't ready for his hillbilly style music. So he was very, very nervous to do this show because he had so much to overcome from the first time. But he broke house records, drawing 100,000 people and grossing $1.5 million. He earned a reported $100,000 a week.
And he earned it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. If you watch him.
Yeah.
He's a working man. He's a working for a living.
Yeah, watch That's the Way It Is. If you're new to Elvis, watch the film documentary, Elvis, That's the Way It Is.
Right, exactly. So these new live shows, they were not just about the music of, say, the Hillbilly Cat, which is what he would have been known before. They were about him himself. In other words, they were about glitter and glitz and full of musicianship, you know, which was who he was at that moment.
Right.
So very different than what people were expecting.
We be rocking, we be rolling on Blue Suede Connection today. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada at the International Hotel. Predominantly 1969, 1970. Those were the years where he was just so alive.
Right.
He had just done the 68 comeback special. He had a couple hits out like Suspicious Minds and In the Ghetto. He was just on top of the world. And then to perform live again.
Right. Yeah.
He was just at the top of his game and he had a good time. And we hope you're hearing that in these shows today. If you're not, there's something wrong with you. I'll put it that way. It's him at the height. Elvis was so full of Elvis at this time.
Exactly. And I love how, you know, he's nervous. He's got to be so nervous, but yet his sense of humor, he can't help himself. He's like, you know, I'm going to be ridiculous and I hope you enjoy watching it.
And the people that were there that first year, the opening said that he was like this God on stage. He was becoming one with that audience too at the same time, telling little jokes, goofing, just being himself.
In fact, it was reported from elvisfandom.com. They said of this time period, Elvis was now the consummate professional, smooth, powerful, and passionate, seeming more myth than man.
Right. And again, the man who was there for the whole thing, the guy who was from Elvis from the Army years all the way through, his right-hand man was Charlie Hodge. And once again, he's going to give us a little insight into the way things went down. So here we go.
Well, one by one they came. I mean, the best of the best. We had Jerry Sheff on bass, Larry Mahoverak on piano, John Wilkerson on rhythm guitar, and the great James Burton on lead guitar. And that fantastic Ronnie Tutt on drums. And I took the acoustic guitar and I sang with Elvis. Larry only made the first engagement for us, and then Glenn Hardin joined us with his piano after the next opening. Elvis then called in the Imperials Quartet and the Sweet Inspirations. And one of the Sweet Inspirations, it was 4 of them at that time, was Cissy Houston, the mother of Whitney Houston.
All right, we're doing Las Vegas today, 1969, Elvis at the International Hotel.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for being a part of Blue Suede Connection today. And we're keeping that Vegas vibe going. And, you know, when you go to Vegas, you're not going to have lack of seeing Elvi walking around.
No, not at all.
No matter where you go, there's going to be some dude with sideburns and sunglasses sitting there having a cheeseburger beside you.
Feeling the spirit of it all.
Yeah. Well, in 1970, there was an estimated 250 professional Elvis impersonators.
Oh, wow.
They estimate that today there are 35,000.
I was going to say, to that 10 times or what?
If that trend continues, it's projected that there will be 700 million by the year 2060.
Oh, my. Wow.
Fun fact. So he is everywhere, is he not?
Definitely.
All right, let's get back to some more Elvis performing at the International Hotel. And once again, here's Charlie giving more insight into how it went down.
And we began to plan the show, and we caught Barbra Streisand, who was kicking off the first month at the new International Hotel. And this is the same stage that Elvis would be on, you see. It was such a big stage that Barbara looked like she was by herself. And he wanted to have people around him, you know, like, so we had the big orchestra. And he got this idea from going to see Barbara and Tom Jones, and seeing his stage and what Tom would wear and everything, he decided what he wanted to wear and kind of how the lighting should be. And from watching all these shows, see, he could get an idea of what was happening in Las Vegas today.
That's purty. Isn't that purty?
Good stuff.
That's P-U-R-T-Y here on Blue Suede Connection. We've been sharing some of these insane Elvis myths from milkxyz.com. And I've learned one thing. A lot of these myths revolve around Elvis still being with us on the planet. And that's sad. I mean, because we all want him to be here. But in a sense, he is with things like what we're doing right now with Blue Suede Connection.
Absolutely.
You know, we try to keep the music alive and the image alive and all that stuff. That's what the purpose of Blue Suede Connection is, keeping the spirit of Elvis alive. But that's the way you do it, not by creating fake stories like this one. Some say a man who looks surprisingly like Elvis Presley purchased 2 tickets from the Memphis airport the day that Elvis left the building. Now, there's 100 guys walking around with sideburns and sunglasses trying to pretend like they're Elvis. Another one, they say the spelling on the grave has the middle name spelled wrong, which indicates that Elvis faked his death. Elvis myths, you gotta love them, but you know, people are going to say what they're going to say and believe what they want to believe. And again, the preacher's not Elvis. Okay, baby, what did you want to share with us, everybody over there?
Die on the wood, baby. Your roll's no good.
Clearly, he is having quite a good time on stage.
Oh, he's in his element for sure, yeah.
Changing the words, you ain't nothing but a mutt.
He's
And then do you gaze at your bald head and wish you had hair?
Yeah.
And
Well, you know. It's Elvis. What can you say?
He's having a good time there in 1969 in Las Vegas, Nevada at the International Hotel. Now, baby, we hope everybody's enjoying the show half as much as we are.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, at least.
We love this stuff. But if you are, we'd love to hear from you. We'd like to know what you think. And there's multiple ways they can do that, right, babe?
Exactly. You can come over to Facebook, type in Blue Suede Connection. It'll pop up right there in the search bar. And from there, you can head to our website or email us. But you can also give us a call at 540-227-0514.
Is it really that easy?
It is so easy.
What's that number? One more time?
540-227-0514.
On that opening night in Vegas in 1969, boy, there were so many big just superstars, you know, that came to see Elvis, you know. And there was a whole booth section there down front, and it was nothing but stars.
He's a singer, he's an actor. Say hello to Frankie Avalon. Frankie, where are you, man? Also, a very funny guy, Mr. Marty Allen. Marty, where are you? Yeah, there you go. Nice to see you, pal. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Mr. Ray Anthony. Ray, where are you? Well, we got a whole bunch of them. How are you? Ray Anthony in the bookends, boy. And a guy that was a kind of an inspiration to me when I started out in the business. And he's got, I don't know how many gold records he's got, man. 19 or 20 at least. I could say hello to Fats Domino. Fats, right? Yeah. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
Hey TL, I think Elvis fans are starting to catch on to Blue Suede Connection.
What's not to love, Daniel? 2 hours of great Elvis music, lots of fun. It's our own private party.
And we want everybody to be part of the party. Hear all the hits, rare cuts, and lots of surprises too. We are your Blue Suede Connection. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.